All right, let's get back to it. You know, leading off of Smack Volume, I feel like a lot of MCs feel like they could do better.
Yeah.
So you got tweets from multiple people. I feel like the one that
Yeah.
stood out was Easy the Block Captain. Shout out to Easy. And he
Yeah.
said, you know, egos aside, call me. Like what do you feel about that? Or do you want me to start it? I start. If that's, you want me to start?
Yeah, you go ahead.
I start.
Well, let me say this one thing before you start.
Go ahead.
Battle rappers, be very careful. When you see a card or people not performing up to standard and you make that about yourself or a chance to plug yourself,
Yeah.
there's going to be a chance where that's happening to you. Don't do that. Don't battle rappers. Don't participate in that.
Okay.
Don't
So,
make
like,
it
when
about
you do-
yourself.
when you
Like,
do
oh,
bad-
look, well, if I was up there, I'd have.
A lot of MCs said
I
it,
would have
though.
dunked that. One of those. Like, don't. Like, that's not a good look.
This ain't the first time I feel like
battle rappers.
MC's done this before. So
Nah, they haven't.
not to single out Easy. It's just that.
Yeah, I'm saying the rest of them. Like, that wasn't. I'm not even addressing like the easy. I'm just the rest of. That's why I said let me before you get into that particular
okay,
part. Like,
okay.
especially for the newer rappers. Like, I understand you want the opportunity. You know you're hungry.
Yeah.
But to don't try not to make the downfall of your peers your promotional point.
Okay.
Like, you know, there's other ways to promote and to highlight the fact that you would be well suited for an event.
Yeah.
It's not on the heels of somebody making a narrative.
Yeah.
You know, just be careful of that.
Hey, I mean, I think that's good advice. I would say this: the reason I don't really speak on Easy and URL because I feel like that's a redundant topic.
Very.
It happens a lot. It's like with A Ward and URL. I ain't going to keep talking about A Ward and URL. It's been years. It's like, yo, if it happens, it happens.
That's
like,
kind of died down.
it kind of, yeah. I'm like,
In terms of the always, every time you got to talk about this.
I'm not finna, if A Ward pulled up, unless he want to talk, I'm not gonna bring URL.
Yeah.
So I feel like with Easy and URL, I'm looking at the logistics of it. Like, who's the middleman, right? Because I guess he's not gonna call them.
Why would that?
And no, I'm saying Easy wouldn't call URL, and URL wouldn't call Easy, right? So how do we even get to a point where he comes back? And then the question is, would they want him to come back, or does he really want to come back?
You asking me?
I'm saying to the people that's watching too. We have to ask like critical thinking questions. It can't just be, yeah, let's do it. No, let's break down the variables on how the possibility of even happening.
Yeah.
Before you go, I think no, it's not gonna happen. And that's not me speaking for somebody. I didn't talk to nobody. I just think, and I said this before in other videos. Once you say a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah, that's why public things are bad.
That's why I love to have
That's why.
conversation behind the scenes,
That's why.
communication. Because if you
That's
say a lot of
why,
stuff,
bro.
it could fall on that.
So,
And I feel like for the most part, it's still fresh, right? It's fresh.
brand new.
This situation happened last
It
year.
hasn't been even a year. Like,
I'm not even saying he's wrong or he's right or whoever it is. I'm
Yeah,
saying
the fallout
it
is
still
existed
happened.
for a year. Like, this
Yeah,
is
so
still
I just don't see it happening now, and I feel like he had demands. I think I said this in the other videos. I probably said it when he was sitting right there. I feel like, and this is how I operate. If you know this, right? I don't negotiate with terrorists. You're not going to tell me
ultimatums and
you're not giving me ultimate. I'm not going to. No, I'm going to say no. Then or just do what you feel like you need to do. Just do it. And I feel like that situation. That's how it could be seen when you have the demands. What you want.
Grace is important, man.
Oh my God.
Handling negotiations, handling conflict in a manner especially when you have the advantage. Handling conflict in a manner which befits how you would want to be handled is very important. It's very important. It's very important for you to always treat people as you would want to be treated. And people know publicly where I stand business-wise. That I had a relationship with Easy, relationship with URL, and from a business standpoint, I was never in like agreement with a lot of the public stances that Easy and his camp took. I publicly, I've been on the other end of a lot of disagreements in terms of how things were phrased, handled on the record, like things that I haven't even said that was said that he said that he said, yo, Ace said this, Ace, you know. So certain things when you say public, it's like it's hard to go back. You open some doors never close. Like a bell can never be unrung.
So,
Like once that noise, that reverberation happens, you can never have them back. So it's like when you've kind of made the precedent of it's either this or that, it's either that or this. If you don't stand on that now, what's the precedent set for everybody moving forward? There's a lot of things that happen during this. Like a lot of fallouts happen. A lot of people had to choose sides, pick a side.
I did it.
A lot of people did. A lot of people felt compelled to publicly take stances that cost them money and opportunities. There are a lot of people that suffered as a result of this. URL does business with us differently than they did than before this.
Oh.
They do. They
Wow.
do, and I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at anybody protecting their interests after they've been like. It's not like they didn't have a reason to. It's one thing if niggas just switch up and there's no explanation for it. But when something happens that makes you reassess how you move going forward, I can't be mad at that. I do the same thing. Like if something changes,
I think anybody in life, like depending on
every
how
time
something
the
happens,
information changes,
yeah, you
your
gotta
actions
adjust.
change.
You gotta adjust.
And they've done that. And so I'm saying that to say, battle rap has changed because of this. And I don't want to go too far in. Like if you just look around you, the dynamic of it. I know too much. So for me to say certain things would be like me belying certain like confidences. So I'll say, if you look very closely, you don't even have to look closely. Look at how many leagues have popped up, how the leagues are battled, how they're structured, where this person battles and where this person battles, where these group of people are able to battle, what support groups and where they at on Twitter, what these people. There's been divisions, there's been changes wholesale across the board. How niggas is paid, how our contracts are structured. The ability of people to be able to float and do things that have been changed. I don't know how you reconcile with those people that lost opportunities based on picking those sides while rectifying your situation between Easy and URL. Okay. There's a lot of people that suffer. There's a lot of people that so I don't know. I don't know what a reconciliation looks like in terms of being able to continue to do business. Now, can you be amicable in terms of there's no adversarial public like energy where you're not downtrodden each other's events, where you're not talking crazy, where it's not that? Yes. But in terms of actually being able to, I don't know a feasible way for people to be able to conduct business with one another again. But that's, maybe I'm not creative enough. I don't think far enough ahead. But in terms of the relationship aspect of it, a lot of relationships have been damaged and changed forever based on this rift. And I don't know how you say, it's like when people say like, once you kill my brother, like I can't be okay with, like, we were at war now, we've been at war, we could have pieced it up, but once somebody died, once there's death or there's blood, I can't, for the sake of the people that are gone, now this is an extreme example, but for the sake of the people that are gone, we can't be cool with y'all because you got rid of people. So there's been a lot of damage that's been done, a lot of people who have been displaced based on this rift, that I don't know how you look those people that chose one side or another based on this rift and tell them, nah, we good now. I don't know how that works.
Only part I probably can add in terms of what people would say in the comments is that URL had grievances with other people and they found ways to mend it. Like Vince shot him and Hollis. Him and Hollis said a few things.
Yeah, nah, but this is different, bro. This is active, like.
I'm saying the times have changed. That's what I was saying. The times have changed, and it's kind of different.
The bag is different.
Hitman shot the Hitman. He said what he said. He know what he said.
But he came back. And Hitman clarified a lot of shit he said too. Like Hitman, like.
I feel like B-Dot had said a few words too, and then when he first got on, his round was.
After back to that.
Yeah.
So.
And he came back. People come back.
Yeah, this is a little different.
I agree, it's different, but I feel like I had to mention that at least.
It's a little different. No. And you're doing your due diligence once again. Like this is different, and I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying once again, that's for the forward thinkers in terms of their operations. I don't have a large enough interest in URL as a whole, Freaky, for me to be able to construct a plan that makes sense for moving forward. Easy. I don't like his brand is his brand, their brand or their brand.
Maybe they could have conversations.
They could figure it out.
Maybe they could.
Now once they
just don't think
it's just all the other people that have been affected. If you think back, like just think about there's been a lot of people affected by this shit. A lot of people. Like, I think Chrome 23, like they were like kind of only cohesion with you. Like Smack was at the first event. Like based on the Hitman and the Easy main event, like that, a lot of shit ceased. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that like that league doesn't, like this rift created a league, a prominent male battle league now. Like, well, there's a return, like, and I don't know.
You wouldn't say that the fact that she wasn't making money, that's kind of why I did that, or you feel like it's because of the rift or because of the
I will not speak to anybody's motivations for why they did what they did.
I feel like Remy explained it pretty good.
As I'm saying, I can only speak to the result.
Yeah.
So the result was now you're a competitor. To them, you know what I'm saying? So in their eyes, you're a competitor. So it's like, okay, you're a competitor when our agreement was initially for you not to be. That's where they're at. I don't know how you reconcile that.
And I would say we're not supposed to have no agreement. What are you talking about? What agreement?
Like, respectfully, you know what I'm saying?
You know, these guys, these ladies and guys, they gangsters, man.
I'm not mad at
What? I don't owe you nothing. I feel like that's kind of energy that would be said.
And so once it's there, when did that stop though? You know what I'm saying? So that don't stop because now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're right. You don't owe me nothing.
I don't owe you nothing.
You still don't. Yeah. And I still don't. So what's up?
That's the key.
Yeah, you still don't.
You don't. That's just a life thing. You don't owe me nothing, but I don't owe you anything either.
So now where we at?
Remember that. Not for this video, but just a life thing. People are like, oh, you owe me this. No. I don't like to be owed nothing.
Nah, facts.
I don't want to owe nobody.
Owing is debt.
This is a life thing, people. You don't owe me nothing, but keep in mind, I don't owe you nothing either.
Don't cost nothing not to be debt free.
All right, I'm just letting people know. Generally.
That's a fact.
Generally.
That's a fact.
But I would say this. I feel like people keep saying this needs to happen. I think what you alluded to in the Smack Volume video is just create more storylines and everything will be good. I feel like I'm gonna say this. I feel like URL in the sense doesn't need Easy, and I feel like what Easy is doing was able to accomplish last year. He doesn't need URL, so I think people should just go their ways. Yeah. We keep trying to make Twilight go back to A-Ward and URL. I feel like A-Ward is doing. He's good. He's successful. Yeah. Why do we keep trying to say this needs to happen?
So it's that. And
A-Ward said needs to happen. URL needs to happen. That's
from a fan standpoint. I would say that from a fan standpoint. We'd be like, we want to see this
happens now because they both show interest.
We got battles we want to see. We got battles we want to see.
Yeah.
But in terms of logistically, does that make sense for their individual brands? And if it doesn't, God bless.
I'm happy with seeing what Easy got next on Chrome 23. I'm happy to see the finale of Trenches.
You can't say he didn't fly. You can't say he didn't flourish. Nobody can say that he didn't leave the brand and become a bigger brand. Like, you can't say that. So I'm
he
saying
doesn't need that. I feel like I know a few things URL got their sleep. I think URL's good too. They've been here forever. They didn't stop.
Everyone's good, bro.
Yeah, let's see how it is.
That's why I said like a reconciliation. I don't know who benefits the most from that and who suffers. It's one of those things where it's like you take 2 steps forward, but you're actually taking 3 steps backward to take. It's a Pyrrhic victory. I don't know if you're really familiar with that, where you take a lot of. It's like you took so many losses to get this one victory that they're offset by all the losses. The victory means nothing because you took too many losses to get there.
Poker.
What you know about that?
Don't do this. Recently, I'm done again. Add this last poker story and I'm done. I got the screenshots too.
Yeah.
Pocket Kings versus Pocket Jacks. Guess what I got?
You got Pocket Jacks.
You think so?
No.
That's not a bad story. If I got Pocket Jacks and he has Pocket Kings and he wins, it's fine.
You don't got Pocket Kings.
I got Pocket Kings.
You don't.
He has Pocket Jacks, right? The flop comes Jack. The river is the Jack. He has quads against my kings. How? And it's for everything. Not a lot. It's for everything. It's all in versus all in. But it's like, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm done with that shit, bro. I'm done with that shit. It don't matter how much skill you have and how many win. Like you said, the perfect. No matter how many small pots or medium pots you have, it's like that one time and he gets lucky.
So
that's ridiculous.
That's fact.
But again, I feel like he's good on his own. You're always good on their own. Let's move on.
That's how I feel.
Let's move on, because again, I keep saying it goes back to A-Ward. For years, we had all these videos and stories. A-Ward, it's like unless they show interest in it, and it's behind these rumors. I'm good on it.
Let's go with what we got. We got a whole bunch of other stuff going on. Let's go with that. Respectfully. That's my 2 cents on it. Like I said, without me, I know a little bit too much. I just don't want to. But I'm just like the overall landscape has been affected greatly and drastically outside of the 2 individuals who were the 2 individual entities that were feuding. So with that, I think that those chips that have fallen on this, I don't know how you balance that out. But if you can figure that out, I'm all for it. Like,
that's why I prefaced the video by saying, how does the conversation even start? Of course, you tweet, they're not going to call each other. So like, what?
That was wild.
I'm just saying.
Call me.
Even when you say call me, it's like.
Why are you telling me to call me?
And it's like generally, right? Maybe if you tweet somebody, you'll call me.
I hate it.
Why don't you just call me?
I hate it.
That's what I'm saying. Generally.
Problem with people texting me.
I know each situation is different, so I'm not saying it's different because there's like, I'm talking about generally. Let's get it out of the way. Generally.
People text my phone and say,
Call me.
Did you call me? If you didn't call me, I'm not your secretary. Yeah. Don't summon me.
At least are you busy?
Even that.
I think that's better. Are you busy then? You say, no, I'm going to call you then. I don't want to call you during a certain time. Because times is different. Like, I want to make sure in the space you can talk. That's it. But call me. It's how you
call me.
It's how you say things.
Not what you say.
It's how you do things.
The phrasing is important.
Yeah.
The
Tone,
phrasing
everything.
is important.
And that could be a relationship thing. It's the way
know,
you
that's a
phrase
fact.
stuff.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm saying.
That's a fact.
But I'll leave it there. Shout out to Easy. Shout out to URL. And I will say this. I'm not speaking. Cause I know at this point, shout out to URL. They showed me a whole bunch of love. I'm doing their live streams. I'm literally doing their first live app thing. So I'm not speaking for URL. I haven't spoken to URL about this.
Yeah, same.
I haven't talked to nobody about this. So I'm not speaking for them anyhow.
Same.
Because what I'm saying could be completely off in terms of how they feel.
Facts.
So do not take what I say as this is what nah, maybe I'm wrong. It happened.
Yeah,
I've been wrong
they
before.
haven't publicly. Beatty just did an interview. They haven't publicly closed the door on anything happening.
Yeah. And so what he says contradicts what I said. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. So
There you go.
I just don't know.
This is my opinion. That's it.
That's it. Just one black man.
Yeah. And again, shout out to Easy again because again I feel like he's flourishing and I feel like his next opponent is going to be
Going
good.
down.
You know what I'm saying? He just did the trenches.
Yeah.
I feel like that's good. So he's good. Both parties they're good.
When the next Easy drop, man.
Let's move on, man. Let's move on.
That's right. That's
All
right.
That's it. Champion.